Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Let's see, I have some slides. Well, I have one slide. But anyways, welcome to a new Hangout. It's been a long time since last time, but a lot of stuff has been happening. Not only in Cerebral world, but also at home. Huh? Oh, get over here. I have to show you my special other project. No. You want to meet the guys?
Hey, hello.
She has a thing for lights. I don't know.
She's got a lot more hair than me.
Oh yeah, she actually had this much hair when she was born.
Yeah, funny.
She's got more hair than me. Awesome. Yeah.
Bye.
That was the first demo for today. Anyways, yeah. So I'll just share my screen here, and let's see, present. Yeah, so I tried to look through the commits in Cerebral 2, and I'm actually not sure all that has changed since last time. But as we talked about, most of this is like we're not bringing in lots of new stuff. It's basically just making Cerebral 1 better, both in code and in API. So, but first of all, I just have to say, like, one of the goals of Cerebral 2 was to increase the number of contributions, and it has been amazing. It's so fun to see, and especially like the timing, because I've been kind of like on and off for the last month, and then see all these kind of like the contributions has been balanced out. So it's really cool to see. I don't remember what all of you have been working on, but everything from tutorials and documentation and bug fixes and suggestions on API changes, and it's been really, really, really cool. So huge thanks for that. And I hope you will continue contributing when it's needed as we get closer to launch and after launch. So that's super cool. And then it's the tutorial. There's one more push I need to do, but Foops has been working on the tutorial and did a really solid groundwork on that. So after the Hangout, I will do another push, and then that should be ready to be tested. And also that tutorial just led to some minor API tweaks. So, and even led to new ideas, which I'm going to show you very shortly. So that was really cool. So thanks for that, folks. And then I thought, I wasn't sure what to kind of like talk about. So if anyone has any questions, just fire away. And then I thought I could just demo the operators, because that's like maybe the biggest. Like, it's the same concept as in Cerebral 1, but the API is the biggest change. But it enables us to do so many cool things. So I thought I could just demo that first. And if you have any questions, we can do that after. Or if you have any questions about operators, just fire away. But the point is, like, we had, let's see here. We had these operators from Cerebral operators, like this, where we said like state foo equals var, and we had like copy input.foo to state.foo. And first we had this scheme compiler thing, and then we got the scheme parser thing. But I think it was Alexi who just mentioned like these template literals, and there's a tag, I think they call it template tags, which actually allows us to just forget about all this compiling and parsing and just use plain JavaScript, which means that we can do this instead. Let's see, set. We have to actually import like the targets like this. But what we can do now is like set state foo bar. And this allows us to do things like, instead of having copy, we can just keep using set. We can say set foo with input foo, for example, which is really cool, because now it's more separated. We don't have to analyze the value. We know it is a template tag when it is handled inside operators. And we can also do things like this, and this stuff just works out of the box. We can do things like set state users, and then use normal template, template literal syntax for input use, user ID, and set input, like that, input user data or whatever. So it's possible to combine these things together so they become really powerful, and they express really well in the signal or in the chain. But what's really cool is the latest thing we did. We can actually do set, for example, one thing first, like when this thing is received in the inside the function. So for example, if I create show message, and then we get like a template tag, all I have to do is if template, type of template tag equals function, I can just do value is template tag to value like this, and then I just get the value of whatever's there. I can also check like template tag dot target, which is state, for example, and all this stuff. So it's very easy to create your own operators. With the previous versions, with the parser and the compiler, it was a much more difficult API, and it was harder to grasp like how it was working. But this is actually pretty simple. I don't think it can get any more simple than this. So that's really cool. And we also have a third thing called a string. So if I want to create my own operator, for example, I want to use HTTP GET, I could do string and then HTTP foo.com, and then I could, for example, include input, whatever, inside that one. And then inside HTTP GET, which is a function, I get the URL template. And then I just do URL template to value, and then it automatically extracts the URL to be used. So that's really cool. But what's even more cool is it's actually possible to use computed here as well. We can also import computed. So for example, if I have, let me just remove this stuff. So let's say I have created an operator called show message or something. Then I can say string, we have, let's say, okay, from the tutorial, stars count, from computed stars count, something like that. And the point is that it's not only that we can combine the state input thing, we can also just insert stars count here. Yeah. Sorry, guys. So yeah, we can actually use computed as well inside the signals to display different things. And it doesn't actually run the computed as it's defined here. It gets a reference to the computed. So it will run whenever the action runs. So it will always have the updated value, which is, of course, necessary. So that's actually super cool. I never saw that one coming when we started looking into the template literals stuff. Yes. Cool. Does that make sense?
Yeah, looks good.
Awesome. Yeah, so that was pretty much like.
So you have a two. So you have a two value inside the computer. You're using the two value of the computer.
Yeah. So like, if I share my screen again, I can do. Yeah. So if I pass in a computed like I do here,
yeah,
then it's automatically handled. You don't have to think about it. So, for example, show message, text template, whatever. Message template. If I do message template to value message, then that will be the string, like with the computed put into the string. So this will be like we have 5 or something, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the source code, just curious.
Yeah, so one thing is like this first, this is kind of like the target. And then every target has like the possibility to do to value, and that populates the rest of the string. So that's kind of like done for you. So what we could do here is like if we pass in state, it would be message template dot target would then equal state.
Yeah.
Or if we did input, it would of course be input. So it depends kind of like what you want to do. Sometimes you want like to value just gives you the rest of the thing. Well, the target can help you do something. So for example, if the target is state, and for some reason I did target equals state, then I could still do message template to value like this, and that will populate this thing. But since I know the target is state, maybe I would, let's see, there should be an action, of course. Then I might want to do something to state here because the target is state. Something like that. So you have this possibility to check the template, the target of the template, to understand what you want to do with what's actually on the to value, kind of, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure if the documentation is really good on this yet, but that this is all it is to it. You have this target and you have this to value to extract the actual string. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So like in general with Cerebral 2, I'm the one who is kind of like pushing forward all the time, and Alexi is the one holding back. So we kind of like have this rope pulling thing, which is good. Like we shouldn't move too fast. And we are, after the next alpha release now, we are going to refactor our whole project, which is pretty big now. and that will be a good proof of concept. And I know that some other people as well has been trying out Cerebral too. Does anyone have any experiences to share with the rest of the group?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Just I started the project, let's say yesterday. And the good thing is now that the customer, he gave me a go. It was the proof of concept I was speaking of. Maybe you remember. And now I got a go. And
Awesome.
of course, I try to do it with Cerebral too. And yeah, it's a cool experience so far.
Awesome. That's really great. And yeah, and it should be. Is anything in the tutorial related to the proof of concept?
Well, not too much.
Okay.
Besides the CSS library I used and a show toast action or factory, as you maybe have seen.
Yeah.
And amazing to see now the new possibilities with the value templates. So I will, of course, introduce that as well to the solution.
Yeah, 'cause that was like the show toast action you created. That was very inspirational for, especially that's where the computed thing came out of, the possibility to use a computer there. But yeah, and also the complexity of, we did some bug fixes on the wait operator and the debounce operator to handle this complexity of canceling other waiting operators, so they don't, yeah, because time handling is very difficult to do in general, but also in signals. So yeah, really happy with how the tutorial turned out.
Sure.
What about you, Matthias? Were you going to say something?
Sorry, I have a cold, so bear with me. But yeah, I've used 2. Yeah, the alpha for a couple of weeks, and I think it's great. A couple of bugs, but I think that they have been addressed, so it's working great right now.
Awesome. You had some challenges with the size of the data.
Yeah, but I think it was my mistake. I included like source maps for Webpack.
Oh yeah, I meant more the debugger froze.
Yeah, the debugger froze. Yeah, that's right. So we have a lot of data coming in with the infinite scrolling.
Yeah,
so
infinite data.
Yeah, so
but
sometimes I wonder why people want that stuff.
Yeah, I remember I had this huge discussion with a customer once. We were going to implement this phone book list, and he wanted these narrow kind of like items in the list so we could fit in as much as possible. And I was like, okay, you're going, and this was related to calling. So you kind of like, you want to call one specific person, so you kind of have some information about who you want to contact. It's not like just go through the list and call someone. So we had this huge discussion on that. But
so it's yeah. So what can I say?
But it's really good that it's challenging. Like it's putting pressure on how far does it go, kind of.
Yeah.
And what we should do is refactor the debugger to actually use Cerebral too. Because I'm not quite sure where it kind of like fails, if it's the stringifying in the client before it sends it to the debugger, or if it's actually reaching the debugger okay, but then it's putting all that data into Baobab, which is causing the issue. But it should at least be faster, the debugger running Cerebral too.
Okay, so you're using Baobab as a model.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I didn't realize. I thought it was the mutable.
State train. Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
I don't remember why.
Yeah. So and anyway, I guess this like this. They can do like Control+A to select everything, and if I have like 100,000 files, you know, yeah, it's slow.
Yeah. Maybe you should have
But
a
I don't
board
know why they
instead.
want 100,000 files because you can. Okay, but great work. It works great. So
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting our hands dirty, refactoring it, and also like the migration thing. It's shaping up. I'm not exactly sure like the scope of what needs to be addressed in terms of migration, but I think most of the work is actually the operators, because like that's the thing you use the most, and that's the API that has changed the most. So,
yeah, so I will add the operators. I think I produced an issue from the project to do from Alexei. So yeah, so it like 3 things I think is missing.
Yeah.
Hello, Alexei.
Hello, Alexei. Ragnar, is the baby into Alexei? Let's have a baby off. Ja, det går bra. That's okay. What's her name, Alexei?
Oh, she's super cute.
Irina.
Irina? Emma? Meet Irina. What up? She seems a bit more awake, Irina.
She's super cute.
Yeah. I can see that you have some more experience with babies, Alexei, than me. I'm like, holy girl. Awesome. Cool. I don't really have much more to say. Like, we're getting closer to release, and after we tested this next alpha version, I hope we can think about the beta version, and hopefully people will be happy, and we can release Cerebral 2 and not. Yeah. What do you think, Alexei? 2016 at least?
I hope. I think we can make it better in 2016.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, but I don't want to keep you guys. So if nobody doesn't, if anyone has any more questions, please let me know.
Yeah, I have this this project of a presentation for React Zurich with VOPs. Hi. So we have to start moving forward, and I think we could go with just the code that we have for the tutorial and the demo, and just see what we show them, and I think could be really cool. But I think integration with the database is really something that, you know, it's the hard thing to do with all these UI frameworks. So if we could, I don't know, do something, just get it started with Firebase in the demo, then I can work further, and then we can show that. That would be really nice, I think.
Yeah. So you're saying you would like introduce Firebase? Oh, you mean in your demo application?
Yeah, or anywhere else.
Yeah.
I think in the demo would be nice, because then we can show something globally.
Yeah.
And yeah, I need help with this thing. I don't really know, and it would take a lot of time for me to move forward. Mm-hmm. But if someone can just get started with this, just, you know, like implement 1 or 2 things, then I can do the rest, no problem. Just, I don't know how to get started with this, you know, like logging and all this.
Yeah, I can set up, I can at least like set up the provider and a Firebase account and invite you guys in.
Yeah, just so I understand how it works, and then just, I created a login form already. So if you just remove in the demo the user, the login appears. So these are the 2 parts that I'm a bit like, how do we do this? Mm-hmm. then probably through a couple of questions, you can easily work forward. And I think if we have this thing that we have UI and database, then we have something that's, like global and convincing. It's not like, hey, that's a cool toy for just demos. It's real.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Gaspar, question.
Yes.
When is the meeting?
Well, it's in draft mode, actually. It's
Okay.
just we have to decide when we're ready, and they have a date there. So it's just waiting.
Ah, okay. Because as you know, I'm off first weeks of December, but
Okay.
yeah, just so that you know. I would have my solution, the one that I'm right now developing. It has the database, the login, and everything in place.
Then then it would work.
But it's from the evil side. It's a Microsoft backend, so. But who cares? I mean, it's the.
No, it's just to see how we load the data. Like people will ask, do you have to load everything into the state, or do you do it, when needed? And so that's okay. So if we're ready, then we just fix a date. We call us and we see how it works.
The solution needs to be finished anyway at the beginning of next year. So I hope to have something ready mid-December to end of December, which we could already show.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. So we arranged the date together, and so that's just us two. Yeah, no problem.
Awesome.
And I take a train. Sorry.
That's good. You take the train. Okay.
One day train to get to you.
We can still do the Firebase thing on your demo, Gaspar.
Yeah, it would be great.
Yeah, because I think Cerebral is a really good match for Firebase, because the Firebase API is a little bit weird, and since you can't really, like in Firebase, you don't have like database views. So you kind of like have to collect different parts of the data and put it together in the client. It's like a perfect fit for Cerebral, because all this complexity is easier to reason about when you use the Firebase provider with the signals. So it's a really, really cool demo. And I think maybe if we put some effort into it, maybe we could, like now Google kind of owns Firebase. So in their documentation, maybe we will be able to squeeze in some reference to that ML application.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Especially because, I might start using it if this demo works. So it would be maintained just by usage.
Yeah.
The Firebase is awesome. I'm using it for like 4 or 5 projects right now. So it's and it's a great fit with function tree on the server side.
Yeah.
That was also one of my questions. Do we have to have a client for that on the server that handles? Probably we do. Yeah. I don't know.
Or to talk to Firebase. Yeah, it's kind of. I don't know if you watched. We had a hangout where I presented our startup project.
Yeah, I saw it. So it would be the same kind of setup. We have to
yeah, if like for the demo, I think we'll be okay just talking directly to Firebase. But yeah, if we need something more complicated, we need like a service and stuff. But yeah, for the demo, I think we should restrict the scope so we don't have to create like.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
So are there Gaspar?
Yes.
Is there any plans on demo for server-side rendering? Because I think that
that would be awesome. I have. That's also something that I have no clue how to get started.
Then we definitely need a server side.
Yeah.
On Node.js, it means we can try Heroku use here.
Yeah,
and I think that showing people the backend code, because when they're coming in and try to do like server-side rendering, everyone is a bit off.
Yeah.
So I think we will need to show them the backend code in demo as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Alexa did a nice fix there as well to make it more clear how you produce the server-side UI thing. So yeah, we should do that in the demo as well.
Yeah, because it's a very nice optimization to that you really load the direct URL you need for the client. I don't know. These things are very interesting.
Yeah, and it's very difficult to do because the way you fetch the data to put in the state tree on the client is different than the way you collect the same data to produce the UI on the server. So, or you can make it very similar like Meteor does, but it's like then it's a huge restriction again. So it's a difficult concept to get right.
Because the you're using create React app, Gaspar, right now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't support server-side rendering.
Yeah, which I ejected it, and then we went back with Alexei to keep it as simple as possible. So these are really options that we need to clarify. How far do we go?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like the fact that a demo helps teaching difficult stuff, actually.
Yeah.
So
I think we should just start with Firebase, talk directly to Firebase, like a pure client application, and then we can, like, the next step is the server-side rendering.
Also about the CSS, I've been exploring BEM and the ideas there, and I think it would be nice to just write CSS without a library, because it's very simple and we can just take what's in there and make it again without having to hack around.
Yeah,
these little things we can do progressively, I think. Yeah.
Awesome. And also, like, the big plan is to bring Webpack Bin, the Webpack Bin project, into the Cerebral repo and make it like an official Cerebral project maintained by, like, the maintainers of Cerebral also maintains Webpack Bin, hopefully. But that also needs a huge refactor and commenting, and kind of like do the same process as we did with Cerebral, so that it's easy to contribute on that project as well. Because lots of people are using it and like getting issues all the time about, oh, couldn't you do this, or please add this, and then have no time, which is sad. And that's like a huge, awesome reference project for Cerebral itself. So yeah, but that's for later.
And you mentioned projects. I'm working on this project to create musical scores with Cerebral. I mean, I showed a photo. It's moving forward. It's becoming bigger. So that's a cool demo also, because it's very visual.
Yeah. You have really fun projects, Gaspar. Like, it's not typical forms. It's like moving stuff around and music, and really cool.
But it's very interesting to see how a good tool that is easy to use could really help there. We were kind of amazed at the problems we can really help solving. It's very nice, like chanting the rhythms and stuff like that.
Looking forward. Are you open sourcing the code on that, or
it's open source? They don't care, so we leave it like that. And I think it can be interesting to have something with statistics behind the scene later on, so we can gather stats about what is difficult to learn, and that's a bit where the money can be in Switzerland: research and producing numbers. So we're trying to tap into that.
Sweet. Yeah. Awesome. But I have to go. It was really awesome to see you guys again, and hopefully we can do it more often now, like not every 2 months, but every other week as we used to. And I think a lot more stuff will happen now as well, as we're getting closer to release and people are working on projects. And I see people mentioning stuff they want to demo and stuff. So next time maybe we should try to show off some stuff we've been building with Cerebral too. That would be cool. Sweet. Any final words, or it's okay?
Yeah, great.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks.
very good refactoring, great ideas in this new version. I really, it's like growing but becoming simpler. Feels very good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, and the community is really great. I have to say that as a newcomer, really approachable. Thanks a lot, guys. That's brilliant. So hope it will be like that.
Yeah, it's kind of fun story. Like we moved from Gitter to Discord, and it was this defining moment for Cerebral where everything might have stopped when we did that. We were really nervous, like, is this project going to move on? But it did, and we actually managed to get Cerebral 1 out, and now we're closing in on Cerebral 2. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Cool.
Good.
You guys have a good night.
Yeah, same to you. Bye.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.